And that, ladies and gentlemen, is called being in the trenches. We have now got over 110 or so pallets of stock on the ground, in the racking, ready to be sold. And we've got 2 more containers on the way too. This stock, and all this stock down here is called taking risks to its finest. So on that note, welcome back to another vlog. Hope you guys are all well. Thanks for your support on the last one. I'm just gonna help unload, and then I'll check in back with you guys shortly. This is my form of helping. I had a chat with a mate of mine last night that runs a brand, told him to integrate a few things. He's already putting it into practice because he doesn't fuck around. We move quickly, we get shit done, and he's already done an extra 300 quid today this morning. He's got a sick brand building up super strong. I'm going to help him scale it to the moon. Let's go. Check in with the team and customer service. So yes, it is another day, it is another dollar, and we've got a fair amount of work to do today. We launched our new product, hence all the stock, around 3-4 days ago, and it's gone really well. We've learnt a lot of lessons because there were gaps where we could have had better performance on the launch, and I'm never ever in a position where I think I do everything perfectly. Always open to criticism, always learning and always spotting our flaws, and there was a few mistakes we made on this launch that I'm actually quite happy for and proud of, because it means that we can, going forward, we know exactly how to launch and fix those gaps. So there was a lot to learn from the launch that we had a few days ago. However, it's gone really well. It's made a really positive impact in terms of daily runnings, in terms of daily profitability, new creatives, new angles, new offers, and all in all, it's been really good timing, this launch. We had, like I've said before, quite a tricky Q3. Trying to scale up through that season, in our space particularly, was quite difficult. However, we managed to do so. We managed to make the money necessary to stockpile this new product that we've launched. And because of that, it means that we can now push that really heavily into Q4, focusing on testing offers, testing kind of landing pages, making sure that when Black Friday comes around, we know exactly what we're doing. We're not acting on impulse, we're acting on proven metrics and strategy. So the goal for today is to really break down our numbers over the last few days, see exactly how profitable we are, see where the pitfalls are, see what mistakes we might have missed, but also just generally have a look at stock, like what we've sold, how much we've sold, kind of do a bit of forecasting, see what we need to make sure that we've got in the pipeline stock-wise, not just of this new product that we've got fucking hundreds of, almost, well, 50,000 of, I think, down there, but the other products that we've got as well, because we've got around 20-30 SKUs. So making sure that everything is in stock, everything going forward will be in stock, and we can continue to scale through September. I think this month could be really pivotal for us as a brand. Right, that busy day turned into a busy weekend. That was a Friday for context, it's now the Monday. So come with me, let's get to work, and I've got a few things to talk to you about today. You guys know me well enough to know where we're starting the day. It's always very concerning when you start a Monday more tired than you were on a Friday, and the weekend, instead of filling you with energy, has sucked even more life out of you. So I'm now going into a new week where I've got so much to do, so many meetings, so many calls, so many conversations. I'm going into that week more tired than I left the last week, but hopefully this flat white brings me back to life. So, as you guys know, I've scaled my latest brand to crazy heights in a ridiculous amount of time. For clarity, I'm just going to show you exactly what I've done this year so far, so you can picture it, and then I'm going to tell you exactly what I've done to make it happen, step by step, so that you can replicate it for yourself. If we come here, in January this year, we did 7.5k. February, we did 67k. March, we then did 146k. April, 320. May, 350. June, 390. July, 340. August, 360. So to say that we've scaled fast is an understatement. It's been crazy, the growth this year. From going from 7.5k to 390k within within 5 months. Doing that is not easy. It's not something you're going to be able to replicate like that. We put in a lot of fucking work. We leveraged a lot of stress on our shoulders, but we didn't put in a lot of money. And that's something that's super important. Because you could go out today, start a new brand, get investors, borrow a shit ton of money, and grow to that size really quickly. Because you get it to a point where it's money in versus money out. With paid advertising, once you've got good creatives, you've got good conversion rate, you know if you put £1 million in, you're probably going to get 2.5 million, 3 million out the back of it. But doing that when you haven't got that £1 million in the first place, when you haven't got investment, when you haven't got someone behind you that's backing it financially, that's when stuff gets super, super difficult. So being able to recycle cash, reinvest and grow, that's where the magic is. And doing that is not easy. A lot of people, they want to pull cash out, they want to spend it, they want to enjoy it. And kind of rightfully so, like I get that. There's no point doing it if you're not having fun with the cash. But if you can afford to reinvest, if you can afford to hold off from taking money out from that company, and you can get some nice organic sales going, you can get some nice email flowing, you can get some good strategy moving, being able to recycle all that cash into the business is going to allow you to grow at a ridiculous rate. It really comes down to figuring out what's going to work for your business. And this business was launched last year. We ran it for around 12 to 15 months now. We never really pushed it too heavily last year. We focused really on organic. I think we did around 60k last year, purely organic. And it was very much a sideline, one of many, many businesses that me and my business partner run. And because of that, it didn't generate a massive amount of revenue. But what it did generate was some proof of concept, we got some data from our customers, and we also got some profit in the bank because we weren't spending on ads, we weren't pulling the cash out, we were doing it extremely lean. Because of that, it meant that when we started this year and we thought, fuck it, let's double down on paid media, let's really scale, let's test some new product, let's launch some offers and some different angles. It meant that we had the profit there, and not a lot of it, but we had some profit there, we had some data to use, some email, and it meant that we could get to fucking work really, really quickly. So I kind of want to give you like 5 tips. 5 tips that's going to allow you to build your business as quickly as I have and scale to the fucking moon. Like I've just shown you, I've gone from 7 to 390k a month within 5-6 months. And we're going further. The goal is 500k. I want to hit a 500k month by the end of this year. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to do it, but I fucking want to. And with Black Friday coming up, I should be able to. So some tips for you to get to where you want to be. You're not just watching this for the fun of it. You want to learn, you want to apply, and you want to do the same for your business. And I get it. So here are some actionable tips to put in place. So my first tip is to focus on organic first. Build as much revenue and profit within the business. Build as much data. Build as much proof of concept. Get people representing, promoting, and supporting the business. And generally give a bit of life to it. You know, bring it to life. Get some foundations in place. The organic and like natural revenue that comes into that business initially is what will grow it, compound it, and allow you to scale going forward. So make sure you're focusing on stuff like posting, following, engaging, and everything organic in terms of email should be a massive, massive focus point for my number 1 tip. And number 2, I've said it before and I'll say it again, is understanding your metrics and your numbers. Make sure that what you're selling is profitable. When you're starting to package up offers and you're doing different deals, free product, mystery gifts, all that good stuff, you need to know your numbers. You need to make sure that your profit and your metrics stack up. Especially when it comes to moving on to paid media. If you do not have your metrics and your numbers on lock, you will not make money. And for my number 3 tip, being able to see exactly what your competitors are doing nowadays is easier than ever. Like you can literally go on Facebook ads library, you can go on socials, you can see the style of content, you can see the offers via ads, you can see the landing pages. You are able to see from other people spending their money exactly what is working. So make sure that you capitalize off that. Make sure you go, you look, you test, and you put your spin on it to become original and find your own lane. However, other people are spending their money to test stuff to see if it works, and you can see exactly what they're testing. My next tip, when you're making money, when the business is moving, when you've got some proof of concept, start testing on paid ads. Do not be scared to spend your money and put it in Zuckerberg's pocket. You need to be able to see at scale whether you're going to be able to run an ad for something. You need to test offers, you need to test angles, you need to test creatives, you need to test landing pages, and it's going to cost money to do all of these things. You cannot expect an ROI straight away. However, with Facebook nowadays, if you do not see money coming in quite soon on the front end, then that ad needs to change. So, when you're making money organically, when you've got revenue flowing, do not sit there and stay stagnant, but instead spend that money, test data, and see if you can get ads moving sooner rather than later. And my final tip, and something that I haven't taken on board enough this year, is to scale diligently. You have to go steady, you have to go careful, and we've managed, just by the fucking thinnest of margins, we've managed to do it. We've managed to scale hectically, really quick, really fast, really hard, but it's come with a lot of stress, and it's come with a lot of almost breakdowns in terms of the business falling apart and stuff happening. There is many little intricacies that I will talk about one day, And that's only because we've scaled so hard. As I showed you earlier on screen, the amount we've scaled has been mental. Without backing, with getting a lot of product from China, dealing with air shipments, sea shipments, it's been really tricky. So when you're scaling, do it diligently. Scale hard, scale fast, but understand that profitability is key. And if you're not making money, it's a tricky and it's a long old game. So focus on profits, focus on scaling, focus on building a team. Do so efficiently. I have scaled far, far too hard this year, and we've got away with it. So I'm not saying it doesn't always work, but we are lucky in the way that we've played it off and the way that we've worked it all out. We have scaled super, super hard, super quick, and not everyone would get lucky on a few instances like we did. So when scaling, when spending, do so diligently. Build a team, make it all make sense, and build a really strong brand that you can be proud of. So yes, hopefully if you can integrate those tips, and you can obviously work very hard, you can also get to the same position. I am now going to shoot a bit of content for the brand. We've got a new product that we're launching, and I'll pick up the camera after. Shoot went well. I am now going to get all the images off onto the laptop, edit it, over to the brand manager, get the content posted throughout the week. We've got a new product to launch as well, that we just shot content for, just a little accessory, little upsell vibe, and then I can crack on with my meetings. I've got meetings from 12 till the rest of the day, so I'm going to edit these images, get these done, and then crack on with my day. So, a busy day in the books. Loads of calls. Been speaking to some really quite inspirational people today. I've had a good bunch of meetings that have gone really well with some really cool guys. So, great to chat to some people today for work, and the team have all left to go home. It is 5 p.m. It's been a busy day. Store's done really well, team's done really well, morale is high, and we're starting off the week super nicely. So yeah, from this video, I think the main thing I want you to take away is this isn't just a video to watch and chuck in the bin. It's a video that I want you to go back on those 5 tips, and I want you to implement, because too many people spend their time watching content, kind of taking content on board, potentially getting inspired and motivated, but not actually taking the lessons and putting the learnings into place. And because of that, you stay in the same position. Too many people are stagnant in what they're achieving and what they're doing, and therefore how much fun they're having in their life. Make sure that with the lessons that I'm giving you, you're taking them on board, you're putting them into practice, and you're actually getting to work on them. Because I don't just say it for the sake of it. Like, the tips that I give you, they're tried and tested. I've spent hundreds of thousands of pounds on my development, on my businesses, on my advertising. So everything I tell you in terms of strategy and tips, they're from the heart. They're things that I genuinely think will make an impact in you and your business. So make sure that for the content you watch from me, from the stuff that I tell you about, you implement and you try your best to build something cool for yourself. But that's it for today, guys, and I hope you enjoyed. I hope you take on board what I said. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you leave a like and a comment, and subscribe if you haven't.